Devo lets you build complex queries of single collections of data, called events. All events are assigned tags to identify key characteristics and group them into virtual data tables. You can view these data tables in Devo Data Search. When you access the Data Search area, the default view is the Explore Your Data tab. Notice there are 5 tabs. Let's start in the Finders view, where you can see the different tag levels. We will use the default finders. However, you may not require access to all of the data tables in your domain. For this, you have the custom finders, hand-picked subsets of data tables that have been assigned to your role, or the aliased finders, created by you to access your most used searches. Once you select the final level of the tag, the search window opens, displaying the contents of the data table. In this table, we can see details on activities related to e-commerce. You can view this data on a table, with columns per field, or as a horizontal list, detailing the event in a row. We have a dedicated video on this topic below. The information shown is vast, so let's work on narrowing down the search. First, let's set the time limits for our search. Let's say we wish to monitor 404 status codes in the selected time period. To order the values, click the arrows in the field header. Move over this arrow without clicking to expand it and type the key value to filter. Click it to open the Operations over Fields window. See the filter operation is automatically selected and the requirements filled in. Here we can see every instance the platform returned a 404 status code. As well as using the field headers, we can also perform operations using the buttons in the Operations toolbar, such as grouping, aggregations, and more. All of the steps we have taken are stored as breadcrumbs at the top of the data table. Click 1 to see the state of the search at that point without losing your work. We also have a graphical representation, with each node representing each step. Any change made is reflected and stored here, meaning you can move throughout the different branches to see the various queries. Now you can generate charts and graphs for a more visual representation of the data you're working with. The graphical correlation charts are those that will be shown in the My Cross Search Charts tab back in the Data Search area. We can use the link syntax to write a free text query, instead of using the tags in the Finders area. Click Run to open the search. The search is represented by a name, which we can customize and mark as favorite in the left panel to make it easier to come back to once we close the search. You can also mark as favorite and add to aliased finders using the search actions. Notice we have both tables still open, even though we left the data table view. This is because the searches remain open until closed using the X button. This search now appears in aliased finders and in the My Favorite Searches tab. We could also retrieve it from the Search History tab, where we can find a breakdown of all our previous searches. If your query is open in real time, you can see it in the Current Queries tab, along with all other real-time queries active in the domain. In the Global Search tab, you can conduct a search across data tables in Devo, enter a value you wish to search, and define exactly in which tables to conduct it, making for a more streamlined access to required data. Building complex, sophisticated queries has never been easier with the Data Search view. Thanks for watching this video. Visit us online to keep up to date with the latest content.